Hi Swifties. So this week we've been working through our pressure control system. So Kate's been my lovely model for today, thank you. So what we know is we know that this is where we need to establish proper pressure control for multiple things in our body. So we obviously are looking at it from a movement perspective, but it needs to control pressure for blood pressure, for respiratory, for digestive. Like our whole system is basically one big pressure unit, and we need to have control of it via using it from this section of our body. So we're dividing the torso abdomen section into three, and none of this is new to us at Swift with our foot to core sequencing. There's a lot of it is definitely built into our yoga and our Pilates as well. So this underpins every movement aspect and how the body works at Swift. So we're looking at Kate, so we're looking at our belly breath that happens down here, and we'll call this zone 1. Then you've got a bit of space that you just kind of want to imagine, and then up here at zone 2 is your rib cage ring, and then you've got zone 3. Now you don't want to breathe into zone 3 too often. Maybe if you're doing some higher end cardiovascular exercise, that's when you want to start to breathe into zone 3. So just for the purposes of this, I'm going to get Kate. Can you put your hand there? And then put one on your zone 1. So what Kate's going to do is just relax for me, and then from here, and what I'm going to quickly do, I'm going to get my assistant Will to grab one of our amazing Pilates pillows. Will, can you just grab one of Pia's pillows over there, the black ones? So Pia, the Pilates pillows that we use in the studio are fantastic because they allow the person to get the initial awareness of using this area properly with allowing some neck and support. Thanks, Kate. Beautiful, awesome. So now we've got our pillow in place. Does that feel a bit more comfortable?
Yeah, very much.
Yes, awesome, great. So when you're doing these at Swift, make sure you grab one of the pillows initially to make sure that you're getting the body position correctly. And just remember, you can also pick one up for yourself to take it home to do this practice. So Kate's going to breathe into zone 1, breathe into zone 1, Kate, beautiful, and then expand into zone 2, but just see if you can keep zone 3 a little bit quieter. So breathe into zone 1, see if it can be a little bit more of a belly breath, so come down out of it. Try and keep this top hand still, try and raise this hand up and down. Hey, that's better, and then expand into your rib cage ring. Good job, that was heaps better. All right, and then as we breathe out, we then activate through our pelvic girdle. So if you're looking at your pelvic floor, it would then, the front is 12, the back is 6, so look at it like a clock face. Front and back comes together and the two sides come together, and it just gently has a little bit of a lift. I don't want a sharp lift on that. We don't want to have lots of pressure gradients. Now that's all good, and that's what we do through foot to core, and as we're breathing out, we're also activating short foot and anything we've got in our hands to get our shoulder girdles. But the interesting thing is what we have started to put into place this week, and we already do it in yoga through different breathing practices, is start to use our voice box or our vocal cords as the top pressure gauge in this whole system. And we all know that so a bit of an assimilation that you could do is if you had a garden hose that only went for 4 meters and you had to get the water 6 meters, you would put your thumb over the end of that hose to give the water more power, and the hose would become stronger. So our vocal cords or our glottis do the same thing that a thumb does. And we hear tennis players do it to get more power all the time, or heavy weightlifters, or those that have given birth have definitely heard those sounds as well. So what we want to do, I'm going to get Kate to use her vocal cords to sustain this pressure a bit easier so she has better movement, and then you do this when you're on your feet as well. So then what I'm going to get you to do, you don't have to make a sound. What I'm going to get you to do is sound like you're using your vocal cords and you're just puffing up a whole window. So you're fogging up a mirror or a window. From there.
Yeah.
So breathe into zone 1 and rib cage into zone 2, pelvic floor. And even just sitting here, I can see that Kate's done a lot more activation into that lower core to then be able to move better. How'd that feel?
Yeah.
Better?
I felt it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we've been practicing this Obviously, we already cover it in yoga and Pilates in lots of different ways as well. So make sure you put your pressure gauge on, have a lot more control over it, guys, so you can get a lot better movement. Thanks.